I mean, it paid off the mortgage.
I was gonna say, you know what they do to people that don't pay their student loans back?
Yeah. Burn down the village! Alright folks, welcome back to Shantae and the Pirate's Curse. In the last part, we found out Bolo was working for those ne'er-do-wells, the evildoers. Not intentionally.
And he was just like, okay, so I guess I just won't work here.
It was just like, hey, had to pay the rent.
Yeah.
Do you ever feel like some of the henchmen, like some of them are just like, I follow their evil ideals, and it's just like, no, man, I had to pay off the student loans.
I know. Like, listen.
It was a gig. It was like $12.75 an hour.
Yeah.
So I had to kidnap a few kids and burn down some villages. I mean, it paid off the mortgage.
I was gonna say, you know what they do to people that don't pay their student loans back?
Yeah. Burn down the village. Until it smolders. These people
Burn
are
down
treason.
the village. Sally Mae is in the background like, yes, burn the village down. Like,
oh, jeez. Alright, so we gave Ammo Baron back his module, which Bolo was kind enough to fix together for us. And now we're gonna see the fireworks.
fireworks.
Yep, we're gonna see him lay waste to Scuttletown so he can rebuild his empire. We'll build it here. Power of the sun in the palm of my hand. So at the time of this recording, the trailer for Far From Home, is that the name of it?
No Way Home.
No Way Home, thank you. Far From Home was the second one.
Yeah.
The teaser trailer for No Way Home has dropped, and the original Doc Ock is back.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, Green Goblin is back. It's gonna be intense.
It is. I'm curious to see how they're gonna do it with so many, like, I don't want to say extra people, but like I've noticed that sometimes whenever there's a plethora of villains that have to be fought,
Yeah.
it's never quite as good
Yeah, it can be very messy.
because like they don't get the attention they need to develop
Exactly. There's not
and
enough
become
screen
like a
time.
likable character.
Well, I feel like the bonus here is that these are familiar villains already. So you
Yeah.
can kind of just like bounce off of that. And I think that would be okay. Maybe.
Well, 'cause I had
I
the
hope.
same thought. I think it was Dark Knight Rises for
Yeah.
Batman. I think when they have like they go into the room and like all the villains are there. Do you know the scene I'm talking about? And it's like led by Scarecrow.
Oh, yeah.
Like the Joker is still the main villain, but they introduce.
And that's Dark Knight. Joker is not in Dark Knight Rises. That is Bane. Once Heath Ledger
Maybe it-
passed away, they were
But
done
see though,
with the
maybe
Joker.
it is Bane.
Okay.
I have a hard time like separating
Well,
the two.
Bane does let loose all the criminals in Gotham.
Yeah,
and
I
there's
feel
like
like
a
it.
handful
Yeah,
of
I feel like it might be
villains.
that one because it's the scene where like he has people like walking out onto the ice to be like, oh, you're allowed to go away, like if you can make it across.
Yes, that's Dark Knight Rises.
Okay, I thought it was Dark Knight Rises, but it's like even though I like Bane, I was just like, man, what a missed opportunity that they didn't use more of Scarecrow.
That was throughout the whole trilogy.
Yeah, like to me, Scarecrow is one of the scariest villains. Like
You
Joker
would
will always
really
be my
enjoy
favorite, but
Batman Arkham Asylum because he plays a huge role in that
yeah,
game.
I just
And it
think
is
like
really cool.
he's such a creepy villain,
Yes.
and like I feel like he would have done so well. And he has like that one minuscule scene where you can see like how creepy he is, and then you don't see him again. And I was like,
Well, my
wow, what a
opinion,
disappointment.
I think you should lighten up.
Like, so I just think I don't know if that's gonna happen in like the Spider-Man movie where you're gonna see all these villains and be like, oh man, too bad my favorite wasn't the main one.
Yeah,
You know?
very well could be. Let's just hope your favorite's Dr. Octopus. And you'll have nothing to fear. That's my favorite.
But see, though, are they gonna pull a Suicide Squad and they're gonna
Don't.
market Dr. Octopus and
yeah.
then give him 2 minutes of screen time while Spider-Man fights everyone else?
Yeah, and then it turns out to be, I don't know, like fucking Rhino or something as the
Yeah.
main villain. I don't think they do Rhino.
Well, like, because they have. After we watched the trailer, I couldn't help but like scroll through the comments, which is always a terrible idea.
Yeah, don't do that.
But people were saying
But I can't
like,
resist.
why does Doctor Strange look so weird? Like, could he be Mysterio?
Yeah.
Like, pretending to be Doctor Strange. And I'm like, well, I mean, that could be like a decent idea, but then again, it would fall back into that loophole of like, you're expecting Dr. Octopus, and surprise, it's Mysterio again.
Yeah. So we'll see. We shall see.
Yeah.
So also at the time of this recording, we've hit a little over 100 subscribers.
Yay!
So thank you very much to all those who love our shtick. Our
yeah, we do appreciate you guys.
well-researched material that we spend a lot of time on, and Gaming Cats and Dogs, where we just kind of like sit down, sip some coffee, and babble.
Well, I drink coffee. You just smell my coffee.
I just smell the coffee. Like, oh boy.
Tasty.
I get to say goodbye to that as it goes off to work.
Yeah. Damn straight.
So this is the final Den of
It's
Evil.
pumpkin flavored coffee, though.
Oh.
I mean, that should help a little bit.
A little, yeah. I'm fine with that. I can't wait for pumpkin rolls.
Oh, maybe I'll try and make some pumpkin rolls.
That'd be nice. I love me some pumpkin rolls.
Same.
These little guys got like a little electric burst. They look like little plugs.
They are. They're cute.
Little Cyclops plugs. Get out of here.
Get out of here.
Oh, look. So when they die, they explode. So it's just like,
I may be small and dead, but I'll take some of you with me.
they cackle. They sit there and they're like, "Wah."
That's funny. I can appreciate them. The little bad guys in the game are really cute.
Yeah. I really do like the sprite work done in this game.
Yeah.
It is very unique and it pops.
The sprites are great.
Yeah.
Until
The
some of them
sprites-
move, and then I'm like, what the fuck?
Mhm. The sprite work I really enjoy. The latter Shantae games are hand-drawn animation. Like an updated style to how Aladdin was done,
Okay.
with the feature of like they drew by hand and then
Yeah.
scanned it into the computer. This is kind of what the art styles are now, to where you can just like draw with a tablet
Yeah.
and go directly into the game. They did that with DuckTales Remastered, the Shantae games. Child of Light was like that.
Yeah.
There's a Rayman game like that. Ori and the Blind Forest, which I keep hearing about, is like really good because it has some like Miyazaki inspirations. It's about like this little forest sprite that's like haunted by these like night owls or something. But there's more to it. I just never played it. I've seen the trailer and people love it. And it's one of those like smaller indie games, which are overall more well received than big budget AAA games. Like the critics eat up the AAA games, whereas the public, for the most part, agree on like the
Indie
strong
games.
indie games, the Shovel Knights.
See, like, I wonder
Ori
if
and the
it's
Blind
just because,
Forest.
like, some of these AAA games, like, they are good, but we've already seen them. Does that make sense?
In a way.
Like, they're just
they
like,
do get
this
rather-
works.
oh, here we
Let's
go.
do this again. As opposed to, like, hey, let's take a risk and try something new.
Okay.
Whereas, like, indie developers seem more likely to be like, hey, I have an idea for
Yeah,
a game.
they can-
Let's
ouch.
try it.
They can take the risk.
Because
And
they're,
sometimes
like,
it pays off,
you know,
other
they're
times it does
starting
not.
and don't really have much to lose.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there is that advantage. Whereas, like, when you're in a big company like Rockstar, you
Yeah.
have to just do another
Grand
Theft
Theft
Auto
Auto,
or
like-
something along those lines. You don't really get to experiment.
Right.
You use the same,
So it's like I can definitely see, like, using that as an example, people that love Grand Theft Auto probably enjoy Red Dead Redemption just because it is Grand Theft Auto and
Yes.
the Wild West, and you're just like doing the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas like an indie
And
developer,
again, nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, there is
because, like,
nothing-
if you have a
like-
great formula, nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
You can experiment within
Absolutely.
the same formula. I don't believe just because it has the same formula, it's the same game. I don't
No.
believe that for a second.
No, I don't either. But it's still the difference of like playing that versus
Okay, so this is cool.
You know,
So we use
different-
Risky's cannon for like an extra jump boost. Whee! And this is how we'll get all the secret collectibles that we've been missing. Because we can go very high. And if we combine it with others, we can like kind of like chain and really reach areas that seemed out of reach earlier in the game.
okay.
And we have 3 cannonballs, meaning like 3 jumps we can use, and like depending on the speed and like how often you use it, that will determine how far you can travel and if you can reach places that you're just like, I think I can reach that. So it encourages experimentation, and because there's a difference between the regular ending and the true ending,
Yeah.
it rewards experimentation. So there we go with that.
Okay.
Ha 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 ha. See, I don't even have to glide. I can just a boom, a pow, a pee. There we go.
Well, don't pee. We're in the office.
No. Don't want to do that.
All right.
Yep. Hooray! Hooray for us. And that's the last of Risky's weapons. So now that we have everything, we can use all of them to find heart squids, dark magic, the whole caboodle.
The whole shebang. Shebang. Shebang.
Whatever happened to that guy?
I don't know. I like often think, this is so silly. I often think about what happened to like the weird people that are on like American Idol.
Yeah. Because, like, we know what happened to, like, the runner-ups and the winners.
Yeah, most of the time the runner-ups do better than the winners.
Sometimes,
because they can take whatever, like, offer they want.
Yeah.
But, like, the winners seem, for the most part, to have, like, their moment to shine, and then they just kind of, like, disappear.
Yes. I've noticed that. I think it doesn't help that, like, by the next season, the previous season is almost overshadowed.
Yeah. Like, honestly, I think it would be a cool idea to have, like, all of the American Idols,
I'm sure
like,
they've done
go
that by now.
through the competition again and, like, compete against each other.
See, Ink Master tried that and I wanted to throw up. But then again, like, Ink Master in general, I want to throw up unless I see the designs. Like, it has its funny moments,
Yeah.
but it also just gets like, I don't give a shit
That's
about
the thing.
any of you
It
motherfuckers.
became so much more about the drama than the tattoos,
'Cause of
so I, like,
course.
stopped watching it.
That's how you get those ratings. How the hell do I get that? Oh, we got a boss coming up.
Ooh. But there is another tattoo show, and, like, I forget what it's called already, but it's on Netflix, where it's, like, I think it's called Tattoo Redo.
Oh yeah, you showed
And
me that
it's,
one.
like, it is all about the tattoos and their stories and the people
Yeah.
of, like, they got these tattoos, and they're really bad for one reason or another, and it's like, okay, well, why did you get it?
Mm-hmm.
And then they, like, tell their story, and they're like, okay, well, today we're gonna cover it up.
All right, so this is the steel maggot patent pending. So this giant robot maggot, we have to destroy those orbs in a certain order. So they'll beep or buzz, and I believe if you get it correctly, it'll also change color. So there we go. See? So you gotta
Oh,
do
so
a
you probably have to
specific
get them-
order. There we go. And then his tail comes up. Careful, you can get a little speedy. Come on, move. There we go. And you whack his tail, and then repeat the process. And that's basically the boss. He'll speed up a little bit and try to ram into you, but so long as you stay airborne. Oh yeah, and if you get it wrong, he shoots those lasers. So yeah, but if you stay airborne,
the laser.
fire the lasers from the steel maggot. But honestly, I don't find him that hard. Like, it can be a little frustrating to get the
I mean,
pattern
like,
right.
if you're good at jumping, then I can see how it would be easy, but I'm terrible at jumping and timing, so I probably
Okay.
not very much fun.
But there we go. Did already.
Goodbye, maggot.
And there we go. We gathered the last Den of Evil, finished it up.
Woo!
So now
Oh.
we can head off to the finale. What map you gonna drop this time, old Tinkerbat?
She was like, dang it, I thought
The
we were
Lonely
done.
Grave. This is it. The grave of the Pirate Master himself.
Okay.
So there we go. So, Dens of Evil, I'm pretty sure I explained this already. They're very much like Zelda dungeons. They have that kind of, you get a weapon, you utilize that weapon in some way to take on the boss.
Yeah.
There's secrets hidden throughout the dungeons. So yeah, heavily inspired by The Legend of Zelda, I'd say. What's so funny?
I was just thinking back to like the last episode of like the, you know, all the Shantae people in their executive room, and the Zelda creator comes in like, "Hey!" and they just shoot him. Toss him out the window.
I have an idea. Whee! All right, so here we go. We're off to the finale of Shantae and the Pirate's Curse. So again, we're going to show the finale, the bad ending, and then we're going to collect all the goodies, show you where they're at, and then you get the true ending. Which, I don't know the first game to do it, but the first game that I saw have this feature was one of the Castlevanias.
Okay.
To where, like, you can just go right to the final boss, and it's just like, boy, I wish there was some way to, like, save my friend who got caught in the blast and stuff. And if you, like, do things different, you're able to, like, save people and unlock the true final battle.
Oh. Well, if I know for, like, Adventure Rebirth, I played on easy, so I got a different ending.
Yeah. That's more of a challenge. It's not really story,
yeah,
but...
I didn't fight
the third form.
form.
God, that guy. That's a nightmare. Yeah, you'd eat the controller if you fought that thing.
I'd be so mad.
Because he made me mad.
Throw the console out the window.
But no, you did it. You finished your first Castlevania.
I did cry.
Making your way through the second.
Yeah. That one, okay, so this is devastating because I think I really genuinely enjoy the Castlevania games, like the gameplay, the story, the aesthetic.
Okay.
And I'm playing Circle of the Moon right now.
Uh-huh.
And I made it, like, all the way to the second boss. I was right outside the second boss door.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, I have save states. I'm going to save now because I know I'm going to die.
Mm-hmm.
So I went to save it, and instead...
You loaded.
Opened up where I had saved last.
So there he is, the Pirate Master.
Ew.
Yes.
So I lost all of that save. So, and the last time that was saved was right before the first boss.
Oh,
so I was really upset. So I, like, haven't played it yet because I'm so disappointed in myself.
So this is a fun little fact that I really overlooked. So you know Risky, right? You know, like, her skeleton, kind of like bra and pants and stuff?
Yeah.
That's his face.
Of course it is.
So, like, when he died, he snatched his face and used it as, like, what's it called, a heirloom? Well, she used it as, like, fashion attire or whatever. So what she's trying to do is be like, hey, that's the genie that imprisoned you. Take her, and we'll call it even. And he's like, no, you betrayed me, so I'm just gonna snatch you, and I'll deal with the genie later. See? See, you dare wear my face like some kind of trophy? There we go. So now he's going to take his face back, and he's going to regain his true form.
Don't worry, there are 2 other forms afterwards.
I mean, yeah.
I feel like lied to. Like, this is my true form. And I'm like, no, it's not. Like, stop lying. Just say this is my first form that you will see. And then when I almost die, you'll see my second form. And when I almost die from that, you'll see my third form. And if you're super lucky, then, and only then, you will see my final form.
I see you playing a lot of Kingdom Hearts behind my back.
It's just like a trend that I've noticed of, like, you never really fight the final boss. There's always like 2 or 3 forms of the final boss, or like the boss after the final boss, and you're just like, come on.
I like it. I'm actually disappointed when it's just like one fight. I'm like, oh, that's it? Bummer.
See, I don't know.
Unless it's a really grueling, challenging boss, because I don't know if I should spoil. Well, no. Did Rez, the final boss in Gex, was he one fight?
Yes.
Okay, because, like, he technically had 2 forms. He was the little robot, then he was the big guy.
Yeah.
So that's technically 2 forms. Child of Light had just 1 final boss, even though it was directly after the boss with the sister.
Yeah. See, and it's like, it's confusing because such tiny nuances make a difference for me. Of like, you fought Nox, and to me, she was way harder than the actual final battle.
Yeah.
Whereas like, in Alice, you fight a boss and you're like, why is this easy? This is too easy. And then like, the boss shows up and you're just like, I feel lied to, man.